Todd, as important as the win was last night, quickly put it behind you and move on to today?
That's exactly it. We talked about this time of year, regardless of the result, the win or loss, games are coming too fast. And we got one tonight versus a very good team, and there's 2 points on the line. So it was an emotional win for us last night, but that's over with, that's done, and we got to get ready to do the same thing again tonight.
And you've got some lineup changes. Talk, if you would, about Ryan Murray coming back in.
Well, Ryan's coming back in. He's recovered, ready to go, and he's a guy that, is a big part of this team. And, we talked about it earlier in the year, but he was a guy that came into camp, and you weren't really sure if this guy was going to make the team, and he did nothing but impress. And his game's gotten better and better, and it was unfortunate with the injury, but he's a big part of this team, big reason why we've had success.
Expectations from him? It seems like we always ask this question when a guy comes back in, but
expectations are him to step right back in. And the reason why I say that, too, is he's a smart player. He's a smart kid. He's, obviously his physical talent is there, but he thinks the game really well. And I think that's what allows him to be the player that he is, because he puts himself in position to make plays.
And Nick's out?
Yeah, Nick's out, a lower body injury. He saw the doctor today. I haven't gotten the full results yet, but more than likely it's going to be an injury that'll keep him out through the regular season.
Could return, though, for postseason?
Could return, yes.
Will you throw Murray right back in with Wisniewski on that period?
That's something that we've talked about. We'll probably have a little bit more discussion today, this afternoon, about it. I didn't post the lineup just because we're trying to prepare to get ready for the meeting against Chicago, and we'll spend more time as coaches, coming up with a game plan. The other thing too is we've lost 2 wingers, and we're almost into that same situation that we were earlier on this year. We were missing guys on the wing. Top 6 guys, top 9 guys, and so there might be a possibility that Dubinsky goes onto the wing again. And you got, as far as centermen, you got Johansson, Anisimov, Letestu, and McKenzie.
And Matt Fratton will come in for.
Fratton will play tonight, yes.
Speaking of missing guys, Chicago obviously without 2 of their big scorers. How would you anticipate that would change their game, if at all?
They're a great team. They're a great team. They're defending Stanley Cup champions. So it's not just those 2. Those 2 guys are great players, but you need a lot more than just those 2 guys. And that's no disrespect to them, because they are great players. But Hossa and Sharp, you got 2 guys on the back end, Seabrook and Keith, and you got a goaltender. We might see the other guy tonight, but they do things the right way. They play fast. They're an offensive team, attack team on the rush. Committed defending team. So they do a lot of really good things, and again, defending Stanley Cup champions.
Bobrovsky will go.
Yeah, Bobrovsky will play tonight.
Todd, you played so well at home for such a long stretch this year. Lately, some bumps, just ebbs and flows of the season, or are you seeing something fundamentally you'd like to change here at home?
I don't think we've played that poorly at home.
Results.
Well, the results, but again, you want to be playing good hockey. I'd rather, at this time of the year, yes, you want the wins, but it's like a golf game. I'd rather go out and strike the ball really well and score poorly than score great and hit the ball bad. So it's no different in hockey. You want to do the right things in a game, and if you're consistently doing that, the results are going to take care of themselves. And it's disappointing the Colorado game. We gave up 2 in the third. 3 goals go in off of us. So, and you go back and you look at the chances that we gave up. We didn't give up that much. I think 5-on-5. I think we gave up maybe 10 chances, and 3 of them were the goals that went in off of us.
This year to last year. Last year at this time you were chasing. This year you're in the playoffs, and it changes day by day on where you sit in that. Does your mindset change as a coach or as a team as you play?
No, it's no different than last year. It's day to day, game to game. And the next game is the most important game. And we talked about that a lot last year. But we were talking about it a lot earlier, because we knew that maybe with 20 games to go, we gotta win a lot of hockey games here. So we were talking about that. We were more in that stretch drive a lot earlier. But it's no different right now. We've been in it for some time now, but it's something that we've talked about.
12 straight losses against Chicago. But this club keeps doing things, changing. Winning in Philadelphia for the first time, winning in Jersey for the first time. Is that kind of how you approach this? That this is a different animal at this point in the season?
Well, we had a streak last night that we were able to snap, and tonight we get another crack at it. And I think Ian Clark and I were talking since we've come into Columbus here, I don't think we've beaten Chicago. So I'm part of that too. So it's a streak I would love nothing better to have end tonight.
From a coaching standpoint, is it easier or better to play a Chicago than, say, a Buffalo at this point of the season?
That's a really good question. I just had that discussion in the coach's office, and I think, you talk about trying to get that mental edge for the players. And again, when you look at the standings and where it's at, I think sometimes it does keep you really sharp when you're playing against, Chicago's a 100-point team. Philadelphia, you look at their last 6 previous to us, they 2 against Pitt, St. Louis, Boston, they were 4-0-2. So they were on top of their game. Prior to that, it was Colorado, another 100-point team. So it does keep you sharp. I think more mentally focused when you do come in looking at those types of teams.
The power play that you scored on last night, is that a clip that you'll save and show over and over and over as to how to execute a power play? I mean, it looked pretty good.
Well, that wasn't exactly how we drew it up, to have Wiz on the goal line and taking it to the net. But you know what? The power play was good because we shot the puck and we started to create some positive momentum from that power play. And you could feel it, and it started to back them off a little bit too, because up to that point they were really controlling the play in the second period. So to come out and have that power play, that's what you need your power play to do, not just to get the result of the goal, but to kind of swing the momentum back into your favor.